Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Wednesday, April the 4th, 2012, and markets were down substantial today, and congratulations to everybody who was short on this market. There was a lot of question going back and forth as far as, is it time to be short, is it not? We mentioned, let's see, 6 days ago that we thought the markets had peaked. We were right on NASDAQ, but we got stopped out on the Dow Jones Industrial Average because calling the tops are very difficult to do, and there's a lot of debate going back and forth. Is it really the top? Will go a little bit higher, so forth and so on. So if you missed it, no big deal. You're just getting started to the downside. In fact, the markets have just now shifted from an uptrend to a downtrend. Look here at the NASDAQ. You can see that you had this high point here, pulls back, makes a higher low, makes a lower high, and that's where you get indecision. Which way are we going to break, up or down? Well, in this particular case, we broke lower. So now the trend is, in effect, down. It was up, now it's down. When the trend shifts, you need to trade with the trend. That's very important. That's why this trade right here was so important, or so high risk, because we were trying to call an uptrend as being the end of it, the very peak. It's very difficult to do that, and you don't typically want to trade a counter trend. In this scenario now, if you're trying to go long at this point or tomorrow or something like that, you're then trading counter trend, and the fact that the trend is now down, you should be looking for short opportunities. Okay, here we are looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is the one we got stopped out on. Here was the big move to the upside here, shooting star formation, pullback here. We call this as a bounce buy opportunity. We're going to test this high. We get the move to the upside, get another shooting star formation, and we say that's it. She's going to break down. Well, we get the move down a bit lower, and then she reverses on us, jumps up here, kicks us out, stops us out, and reverses back over. So it's just one of those situations where it's really difficult to trade counter trend and call the exact peak. So even though we were right on the fact that the market was going to roll over, we timed it poorly and we got stopped out just ever so slightly. And now we're seeing this move to the downside. We're actually not yet seeing confirmation. Take out this low here, and that's confirmation. We're not quite there yet, but if we look at the close of this candlestick versus the close of this candlestick, we are trending lower here. So that's something else to note here. It's not quite broken down in the Dow Jones, but it can't stand alone, so it will break down, in my opinion. It's a matter of time. But I'm not jumping on it at this very moment. The Russell 2000 small cap index, this was our trade, it was 3 days ago, I believe it was, that we talked about the fact that I could be wrong on trying to call a market top there, and I did see a potential setup for a long trade on the Russell, and so as a hedge against my shorts, this is how I played that. I said, okay, I will buy this guy here, stop right here. Well, that's been stopped out, and now the trend has in fact reversed. Low point, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low. We now have changed from an uptrend to a downtrend. So in that situation, you want to turn around and short that. All right, let me clean that up again so you can see that's exactly what I've marked this chart is saying. I would short with a stop off of the last high right here. Okay, so that's what you can see that I'm doing with that. All right. Canada's market, the TSX, Toronto Stock Exchange. This one we talked about a few days ago, 5 days ago. It was maybe I don't know when it was, but anyway, well, we had this long hammer candlestick formation here, and we told you that this long hammer candlestick, the wick protruding from the bottom there was just too long, which meant that it's probably not really a bottom. So we had a bounce to the upside here, and then eventually we roll back over and we make what? A lower low. So that's something for you to learn and learn to respect, is the candlestick formations have got to be right, otherwise they're telling you something other than what you might think they're telling you. It's kind of complex, but you get used to it over time. Anyway, we've advanced the stop on this one down to the high of today's activity. If we get a higher high tomorrow, we'll be stopped out, profitable, and we wouldn't care. The main thing here is this neckline. This is a a head and shoulders pattern. We talked about this before. Had this move here, pull back. Here we go. Form the first shoulder, form the head, jump up here and form the second shoulder. And now if we close below, we have not closed yet, but if we close below the neckline, that'll be confirmation that this is a head and shoulders pattern. At that time, we would measure this distance out from the high of the head down to the neckline. take this distance, subtract it from the close, which would be known as the breakout. We would simply draw that distance, and it would give us a target for how low we expect price to go. We're not there yet, but if we get that tomorrow or something like that, that's another opportunity to then take another short position once you close below that neckline. Okay, for those of you who are late or maybe looking for another opportunity to get in or something like that, there's something for you to do. I'm going to have a lot of charts tonight updated on the website in a couple minutes, I'd imagine. Once I get this video up, I'll update them. These charts are always kept on our free website at perfectstockalert.com. I'll show you where in a moment. And I update them every single night with my notations and little adjustments that I may make to the trend lines, advancing stop loss limits. If I see new opportunities, long or short, I'll mark them with an arrow indicating such. So this stuff is always on the website for you guys to check out whenever you like. Let me show you where right quick. Okay, so here we are on the website at perfectstockalert.com. I see there's 128 of you guys on the website right now. Thank you very much for referring your friends and all that. It helps support our free service, and that means we can just serve you that much better down the road, right? So thank you very much for that. For those charts you guys are looking for, you can go into the market analysis. Let me move this out of the way so you can see a little better. Go over here, scroll over the market analysis, then simply go over here to chart notes, click on that, and you'll find all of the charts that we keep, 17 major charts that we keep here. You can simply click on the one that you want to see my notations for, and they'll be updated every single night after each market close. All right. Those that are global markets, such as Australia's markets and things like that, French, German, those get updated a little bit later than the U.S. charts. They're end-of-day charts, so they may be a little bit longer to update, so just keep that in mind. All right, now you guys know what I know, and there's a lot of charts, like I said, that have been updated I haven't shown in this video tonight, so just be sure to check them out. Okay, if there's something you may be monitoring, and you'll find them in here. Also, if you guys want to catch me after the video and talk, chit chat, discuss stocks and things like that, go to the forum right here. I'm always there. Okay, God bless, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.